What's up guys, Simply Coco here and welcome back to my channel. So we're doing a speed build today. We are building in Willow Creek on the 50 by 50 lot that is in one of the upper neighborhoods. If you're looking at the world map, I believe it's the one to the left, but if you look at the top hand left side of your screen, you can see which lot it actually is. So as you can tell by the title of this video, this is a eco community lot. So it's going to have 8 different houses on it. You could fit 8, like, you can only have 8 sims in a family. So you could have like one person live in each, or you can like have your sims living in one and then fill the other ones using the roommate system that came with Discovery University. If you don't have Discovery University, you would have to just have all your people in one household and then put them in whichever home you wanted and then just lock the doors. I do want to go ahead and apologize for how fast the video may seem to be, definitely towards the beginning. So if it's a little jumpy and you get a little dizzy, I'm very sorry. This was a very, very long video. It took me 7 hours and 15 minutes total to finish the whole thing. Obviously, I didn't do that all at one time. It was over a couple of days, but 7 hours nonetheless. So yeah, I wanted to keep all the footage in so badly, but I just had to cut some of it out. Yeah, so like the first half of the video is sped up pretty quickly, and then the second half, when I actually start furnishing, I slow it down a little bit so it's not as crazy. So like I think I said there's 8 homes on this lot. I'm working on the second grouping of homes now. I just wanted to point it out because I'm putting these roof pieces down to act like just some architectural kind of detail for the grass here in front. I am building from reference, but sorry, once again, I will not have the reference photos pop up on the screen, simply because it's taking me so long to edit this already and I don't want to go back and add them. But in the future, I promise to start adding the photos on top of the video that I do get reference from. So both these set of homes and the other set of homes are both 2 stories. The ones you just saw me do are just a little bit skinnier. But this lot includes a community garden. It has a greenhouse on it as well. I'm seeing that the greenhouse is already built. I'm not sure if I accidentally cut out the footage where I actually built the greenhouse, but just in case you don't get to see me actually build the greenhouse, it's literally just a big rectangle box that I put glass windows all the way around. Glass windows, of course, windows glass, but just the roof to floor ceilings, I just put those all the way around, and then it has a glass roof. So that's all. So even if you don't see me actually build the greenhouse, which I don't think you do because it's already built, that's all the greenhouse is. But yeah, what I was saying was it comes with a community garden, which you can see is already down. It comes with the greenhouse, which can also be used by the community, obviously. I put the solar panels down. There's 4 over here, 4 on the other side, and then I put wind turbines in front of each solar panel. So there's 8 wind turbines total. And I don't know if I've done it already or if I do it later, but I also put some solar panels on top of each home. So on these, I put, I think, 2, and then on the other ones, there's 3 on top of each. But now I'm just doing some landscaping. So I pulled most of the landscaping out of debug, just not for any particular reason, just because the colors of the debug object plants are kind of richer or more bright than the plants you get straight from the build and buy menu, and they're free. So that's why I went with the debug objects or debug plants. The only thing I don't like about the debug plants is depending on where you set them or place them, your Sims can just walk right through them because they don't see them as objects. But I think that's worth it. You know, the game is kind of glitchy anyway, and Sims are always walking through things they're not supposed to. So I figured it'd be okay to do that. But as you can see in front of those homes, I did put those planter boxes that came with Eco Lifestyle. I think they worked perfectly in that spot instead of putting like more plants there. And I just wanted to use, since this was a eco living situation community, you know, I did want to use as many objects from Eco Lifestyle as possible. You just saw me place some daisies on top of those roof pieces under the trees that I put there, but I didn't like them at all. Like, at first I put them there and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm definitely going to keep them there. But after I, you know, moved on and started doing other things and came back, I really did not like it. Over here, I am putting a children's play area because obviously there would be kids living here. So I put a swing set, monkey bars, and then at some point, like one of the days that I was doing this, at some point I went and bought the toddler stuff pack. Not specifically for this item, but I did get the toddler stuff pack. So I end up putting the toddler slide in the kids play area as well. But you won't see that until later. Now I am kind of decorating or furnishing. I don't know what you'd call it because it's not really furniture and it's not really decorating either. But I'm doing the inside of the greenhouse. I put a ton of planters everywhere. I think this like succulent wall came with seasons, but I really enjoyed how it looked putting two kind of up against each other. And when the light hits one of the sides, like, it's so pretty, and I just love that object, and I think it works really well in there. And then as you can see, the planter boxes that I put in the corner, I kind of put some by catalog plants in there myself. That way they wouldn't be empty, and your Sims wouldn't have to fill every single planter box, you know. So just a minute ago, you saw me go into the gallery. That was probably to get some plants because that's what I do now is whenever I have a garden or a bunch of planter boxes or a community garden or something like that, I will go on the gallery and basically just type in whatever I'm looking for. So if I'm looking for pineapples, I search pineapples. I find you should probably filter by rooms. It brings up a room that's filled with pineapples that are already grown. You place them down and then put them wherever you want them in your build. So that's how I put all of these plants and veggies and fruits down and trees and everything. I just cut that footage out obviously because it was very long and it was just me going back and forth into the gallery. Again, I apologize that it's so fast. We're kind of getting close to the end of the exterior and then it will slow down just a tad. But now I'm doing kind of the pool area, so I think that's 5 lounge chairs, which is, you know, plenty. Not everybody would be out at the pool at the same time anyway. And then I put those, I think they came from Backyard Stuff. It's like it has the plant on it and a candle, and they're both sitting on like a mat. You find those in the lighting portion of the catalog. And then I put this eco lifestyle kind of awning over here, this like industrial looking awning. And then I made it kind of eco flavored by having those eco lifestyle vine dividers. And I kind of made it look like it was kind of closed off, obviously, except for the side that had the grill on it. So there's a grill out there and then there's some seats by the pool. So now I am working on the very first home. So I will say you will not see me furnish the entire home. I furnish the downstairs. Well, I furnish the entire home, but you will only see me furnish the downstairs. So I do I do two of these. These are the first set of homes as soon as you come into the community, the bigger homes. I furnished two of those, one bedroom and one two bedroom. And then the skinnier homes, I only furnished one of those in a two bedroom style. So I completely furnished three of the homes, and the rest of them are completely empty for you to do your own floor plans and furnishings in your game. Or you can just leave them empty as well if you want. You can do whatever you want. But so for this home, I imagine it being a couple. Um, so two Sims, young adult. I imagined they both kind of had a say in the decorating. The guy wanted it more dark, but the girl still wanted like pops of color, so that's why they have the red and all of that. I didn't really have a storyline for this for the Sims that lived in this particular, I'm gonna call it a unit. I mean, technically it's a home within itself. It's kind of like, they're kind of like townhomes, but I'm just gonna call it a unit, you know, just for make it simpler on myself. But yeah, so I didn't really have a particular storyline for them. I just, yeah, knew that I wanted them to be young adults and that I wanted them to be a couple, because I do fit a, what is it called? A double bed upstairs in their room. Also, you will see there are a ton of screenshots at the end of this video. So if you want to see the fully furnished homes, just wait to the screenshots and you will see them. So you'll see the bedrooms and the upstairs and all of that. So that was that home, and then you just saw the downstairs of that unit, and then now you saw me place the basketball court, and now I'm just putting these like benches that came with Eco Lifestyle and putting them around, because I imagine in such a big community like this you would need like just random places to sit. Yeah. But anyway, this is the outside of that first home that you just saw me furnishing. So I'm just putting some things out here to make it appear to be lived in. So this is the unit right next to the first one. So for this unit, I imagine it being a young mom and her toddler. The toddler's a girl, so a young mom and her daughter. She's single. The storyline I came up with in my head was that the dad kind of just left. He didn't cheat or do anything like that. I feel like a lot of people that kind of come up with Sim storylines, a cheating dad is always one of them. So I didn't want to think about that. I just feel like maybe he left and wasn't really ready for a child because he was young and still had these like dreams and ambitions that he wanted to follow. So maybe he moved like to New York to be this famous journalist or something, and he pays child support every month or every week or however child support works. I'm not sure. And that's how the mom is able to afford to live here, because they have some pretty nice things. I do imagine the mom has a job herself. I'm just not sure what it is. I think at a point I thought maybe she would be a babysitter, but the whoever she babysits comes to her house instead of her going to theirs, simply because she has a toddler herself. But so for their unit or home, whatever you want to call it, I kind of went with this minty color scheme, simply because I had never used this color before. This wallpaper came with Eco Lifestyle. I loved the mint kind of color scheme I went for this mint, white, and light brown. So in the kitchen as well, you saw me put the mint stove or oven that came with Parenthood, and I also put the minty colored refrigerator that actually came with Jungle Adventure. Since this is such a big lot, I did not pack restrict whatsoever. I probably could have easily done just base game and Eco Lifestyle, but I didn't want to restrict myself just because, again, it was such a big lot, and I love all the items, not all of them, but I love being able to use all the items, I should say. Um, so yeah, I am just doing their living room now. Again, I love the mint color. I love this couch that is from Ecolifestyle. Now I'm doing the mom's bedroom, so you get to see me do her bedroom because it's downstairs. If it would have been upstairs, it wouldn't have been included. So you won't see me do the toddler's room, but again, it will be in the screenshots. So yeah, this is the mom's room. She is, like I said, she's a young mom. I would imagine no older than 23. Maybe her and the dad had been together since junior high or something, and they got pregnant right out of high school. Well, how old are you? No, maybe not right out of high school. Maybe right when they started college, or maybe like their sophomore year of college they had the baby, and then they graduated 2 years later, and now the kid's 2, and the dad was like, I can't do this. Like, I love y'all, but I have to go pursue my dream. So maybe they're not even broken up. Maybe they're still technically together, but the dad is just kind of out doing his own thing, and is sending, is just sending them money every month. So maybe it's not child support. Maybe he's just helping them out. But I imagine neither him nor the mom, I imagine they don't, I imagine they don't not see other people. I was trying to find the best way to say that. I imagine they do see other people, but like they have an understanding, like, okay, when you get in a position to where you can come out here with me, y'all can come, or when I get in a position that I've made enough money, I can, come and be with y'all, or y'all can come be with me. So maybe the dad is still in the picture and isn't, didn't leave for negative purposes. Maybe he just wanted to, pursue his dreams and his business, and with their toddler, he couldn't do that. He couldn't do that living in Willow Creek, So yeah, now I'm just cluttering up. I'm actually spending a lot more time in this house than I thought. I guess it's because I cluttered before I went upstairs and did the toddler's room. I really enjoyed putting that shelf in front of that window. Obviously, it doesn't act as a curtain, but it still kind of acts as a little bit of a little bit of privacy. And I just thought it looked really good. It fit really well over those windows. Those windows are from Get Famous, I believe. They're the really big blocky ones. The really big, bulky, square, blocky ones. But yeah, so normally I would furnish every room. I pretty much say this in every speed build now. I normally furnish every room and then go back and clutter, but since I was only showing you the downstairs, I went ahead and cluttered it just so you could see the end result within the speed build. But again, all the screenshots, there's like 40 of them, will be at the end of the video. So if you stick around that long and you want to see everything completely 100% furnished, please watch those screenshots. Now I'm just kind of lighting up the pool and lighting up everything outside because there was no outside lighting whatsoever. I do not care for these lights in the pool just because they're long, and I don't really like how they look. But as I told you, I did buy the toddler stuff pack at some point while I was building this. Like, I didn't stop building this and then I didn't say like, oh, I really want this item, let me go buy this pack. No, it was just like, I was building this one day. It was during one of the days that I wasn't building, And then I was like, I'm gonna buy some more packs. So I bought the taller stuff pack, and I bought the, what was it? It was taller room stuff pack and my first pet stuff I bought. So after I had gotten the taller stuff pack that came with these lights, I was like, perfect. This is the all that to say, um, I thought these lights were perfect for out here. I actually live in an apartment complex that has lights just like this, like all around the complex. Yeah, they kind of just zigzag all around the complex, except for they're not in like our dog park, or like we have a volleyball court, so they're not over that. We have a basketball court, so they're not over that. They're in between every building. So each building in my apartment complex has 4 different units in it. No. Yeah. No. Each building in my apartment complex has 8 different units in it. So just in between each building, they have those lights kind of just zigzagging across like the pathway. So I thought that was perfect. So now I am in the one of the skinnier homes. This is the one to the very far right next to the basketball court, as you can see to the right of your screen right now. So since I used a lot of the eco lifestyle stuff in the first 2 homes, and one I did in a lighter color scheme and one I did in a darker color scheme, I really wanted to take this home to the next extreme, which would be industrial. So this is kind of my take on an industrial interior. So for this build, or for this unit, or for this home, you will see me furnish the downstairs and the upstairs, just because they're smaller than the other homes. They're smaller and skinnier, so it didn't take as long to furnish these. So you will see me do the upstairs as well. So for this home or unit or whatever you want to call it, I imagine it being for 2 male sims. I did it. I imagine they're older, not like, not too much older, not like in their 30s, but like 26, 27, 28. The reason being is because not too long ago on my channel, I did the messy apartment, the messy apartment renovation, and for that build, it was 2 young adult males who probably just got out of high school. They didn't go to college because they're trying to pursue other things. So they were like 19, 20 years old. But for these guys, I imagine them being, I'd say 25 to 28. But yeah, they have a pretty tiny kitchen. And then I give them this bar table. I went ahead and put 4 chairs around it instead of just 2, because I imagine they would be the type to have people over. They have friends over. Maybe not. They probably don't host parties here, but they probably have, 2 of their buddies come over. Or, if they both have girlfriends, then there's 2 seats for their girlfriends. So that's why I went ahead and gave them 4 bar stools. So I wanted some color in here, but I couldn't really find anything that I liked that went with this greenish rug. That rug's actually from the toddler room stuff pack as well. It's just a plain swatch on it. The rest of the swatches have like animals and stuff on them. So I ended up just putting this base game industrial looking couch. I thought it looked really well. And this coffee table is from the Moschino stuff pack. It's kind of like a chest. I assume it would be something you would, like in real life, I assume it'd be something you would keep like recording equipment in, or like guitar equipment in, or just equipment of any sort, really. But these guys are using it as a coffee table. Yeah, I just put the Moschino Stuff Pack magazines on the table. Now I was gonna put that divider there as, just a way to divide up the living room from the little dining room kind of situation we have, but it just was too cramped, and the green on top of all the dark colors, excuse me, I just didn't like it. Um, Now I'm upstairs, as you can see. I was making this into like a reading nook, and then I remembered that there needs to be a door literally right here where this plant is. Um, so I had to move it around. I leave the seat there, just the bookshelf couldn't stay there. In this corner, I wanted some more plants just because I wanted some greenery up here. I end up deleting the bigger plant and putting a, what is it called? A lamp. It's the base game one that kind of looks like the Pixar lamp, but not really. This one right here. Just so there could be a little more light in the hallway because I was only going to leave the one saucer light. So now I'm into the first bedroom. So for this, I do push both of, well, no, this guy has a double bed, and I do push it up against the wall. So if you move two Sims into here, you would just have to assign both sides of the bed. Whoever has the side of the bed that's closest to the wall will always have to get in the bed first in order for them to scoot over. And then also I put a double bed so you will have somewhere to woohoo if need be in this home, in this unit. So I didn't come into this part of the build with an idea of who I wanted to live here, and I didn't get an idea until I put these postcards up, and also when I put the guitar down. So I imagine this sim is very well traveled. Maybe he's even slightly famous. Maybe he's an opening act for someone. Not like specifically he's this person's opening act all the time, but like maybe that's just what he does. He opens up for people. So I imagine he gets to travel all around the world, going on tours with people. So if I had to say, because with Get Famous you have, what is it? Newcomer or notable newcomer, and then is it what's after whatever is right after notable newcomer is maybe what he is, because I imagine he'd be that type of artist that, you know, when you go to this big person's concert, they open up for him and you've never heard of who they are or who he is, but he's pretty darn good. But yeah, so he's probably level 2 celebrity, whatever that is. I'm not sure. I don't think it's B-lister. I feel like, because there's 5 levels, and I feel like B-lister would either be the 3rd level or the 4th. I'm not sure. But now I am into the second room. So the guy that lives in this room, I only gave him a single bed. So unfortunately, if he wants to yoo-hoo, sorry. So unfortunately, if he wants to woohoo, he would have to use his roommate's bed, which I'm pretty sure these guys are close enough where that wouldn't be a problem. So for realism purposes, for realistic purposes, if you would want to like ask the roommate first, like, hey, can I have her? Can we use your bed real quick? I don't know. But also you could just replace that bed with a double bed. You would just have to remove the pillows and remove the computer desk and computer, and you'd have to put the dresser in front of the bed. So the guy that lives in this room is a writer. What gave me that idea, I don't remember what gave me that idea. Oh yeah, the clutter object that I put on his bed that has the candles and the plant, that came from Tiny Living actually. It has those books under that blue candle. So that's really what gave me the idea of making him a writer. So when I say writer, I don't mean journalist. I don't mean journalist. I mean like a full-on writer. So he writes books. Maybe he writes screenplays. Maybe he writes musicals. I don't know. but probably mostly just books. So he's an author. There we go. He's not a writer, he's an author. And I don't know if you can become famous by publishing books. I would assume so. But best-selling author is already a career in the game, so I don't know if they kind of made that go with get famous, and I don't know if you can actually get famous from being a writer. I don't see why you couldn't, but it's The Sims, so you may not be able to. But yeah, so maybe both the guys that live here are somewhat a little bit famous. Yeah, now I'm just cluttering up their kitchen. I pulled out the Shelf of Dreams, the OMSP shelf. That shelf, if you don't know, it just allows you to freely place things on counters and shelves and stuff, because a lot of the times there's not any good slot points on the shelves, and a lot of objects don't slot to the shelves at all. So that shelf just allows you to alt place objects wherever you want onto shelves. You do see me put this microwave on one of the shelves. That means it's not functional. But in real life, for realism purposes, I imagined they would need a microwave to heat food up. But in The Sims, they don't necessarily have to have a microwave to eat leftovers, because they don't heat food up. So I just sized it down and put it on the shelf. But anyway, here are the 40,000 screenshots that are going to be rolling at the end of this video. Again, if you want to see the homes fully furnished, stick around and watch these screenshots. They will be coming up here in a second. And I will see you all in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will always respond to your comments. And please turn on that notification bell, and you'll know exactly when I post my next video. So I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.